Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego with my beautiful wife, Korea from Venezuela, and it's time for your live stream, your K1 visa, green cards, your spousal visa, your tourist visa, green card channel, where I give you all this free information on how to process a simple green card application and a simple K1 visa. It's easy to do, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's not difficult. You can do this by yourself. You don't need an immigration attorney. Save the money, put the money in the bank for a honeymoon or a vacation or use it for plane fare to fly back and forth to see your beautiful bride or groom. Don't be spending it on immigration attorneys unless you feel like you want to, because you're lazy and you don't feel like doing the paperwork by yourself. But remember, I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't give you any legal advice. I do not work for USCIS. I don't work for the US government. So basically, this is 9 years, almost 10 years of knowledge from experience. I got almost 10 years actually of doing this. And we know you can, I'm not saying immigration attorneys are bad, but I've seen lots of immigration attorneys screw up lots of people's visas, causing them lots of pain. Okay, it's not all immigration attorneys, but you don't need one. The paperwork's easy. If you hire an immigration attorney, then the immigration attorney is going to be in control of your whole process. So if you get an RFE, you won't know about it until the immigration attorney tells you that you got one. Well, you don't want to be in that position. You want to be in control of your K1 visa, Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor. But like I said, I don't give you any legal advice here. I don't do that. And April Flower is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Hi, Diego and Karina. How are you guys? We are good. We got a hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico. I think it's going to be coming close to us. But Karina's going to get to experience her first hurricane. Well, technically, it will be probably the bands, the wind bands from the left side of the hurricane, because I think the hurricane is going to enter Tallahassee, which is in Leon County, which is the capital of Florida. So all of the politicians are wetting their pants and they're hiding under their desks because the hurricane's probably going to tear through Tallahassee. Orlando Lopez, hello, lovely couple, and Tokyo. Orlando, thank you for not forgetting Tokyo. He's with his buddy out in the yard. Hope the storm misses you. Well, I've lived in Florida for so long, I'm used to this. But Karina's she's never experienced a hurricane. But here's her opportunity. I think tomorrow she will get to see the trees bend, maybe crack. We'll see what happens. Christopher Reese. Good evening. Got our NOA 1 8 days after submitting our I-129F. Well, you're going to get the first Mountain Dew salute, Christopher Reese. We hope your family's doing well. We hope everybody's good. Your Prometida. Mountain Dew salute for Christopher and his family. Now, the NOA 1 letter is important, but it's not important. It's important that you got it because there's a receipt number on there. But the NOA 2 letter is way more important than the NOA 1 letter. So if you accidentally lose your NOA 1 letter, it's not good, but don't worry about it. But you must not lose your NOA 2 letter. You must not lose the NOA 2 letter, ladies and gentlemen. The NOA 2 letter will be copied and will be given to your beneficiary for the visa interview. It will be included in the green card application. Okay? So if you move while you're in the middle of a K1 visa application, you better make sure you let immigration know where you're at so they know where to send the NOA 2 letter. Because if you move and you don't tell them that you've moved and they send the NOA 2 letter to the old address and the new person gets it and throws it in the trash, you're up the creek without a paddle. Because on the NOA 2 letter, there's your beneficiary's alien registration number, which we'll have for the rest of her life, even when she becomes a U.S. citizen or he. There's the receipt number. There's the formal letter saying that your visa's been approved. Okay, so when you get the NOA 2 letter, do not lose it. And also on the NOA 2 letter, there's a statement that says this visa is good for 4 months, boom, from this date to this date. Well, if you don't maintain communication with immigration, your NOA 2 letter will time out. So in order for your NOA2 letter to be extended, it's going to take longer than 4 months, guys, to get a visa interview, especially like in Bogota, Colombia. So the way to extend the NOA2 letter, the 4-month window of time, is just email the embassy and do an inquiry. Okay, email the embassy and do an inquiry, and then immigration will see you are still actively working your visa, and your NOA2 letter will get extended. So don't panic, okay? Jin, hello, Diego and Karina, Gabriella here. Gabriella, what's going on? Still waiting for the green card after the RFE, which is a request for further evidence. If you recall, we have a work permit. Well, you can go to work with the work permit for 5. It's good for 5 years. It should be. You're on the waiting train. Stay safe. I'll keep you posted. Thanks for everything. Now, Gabriella, you're going to get your green card. You've responded to the RFE exactly the way immigration asked you to respond to the RFE, right? They asked you, and you responded exactly how they asked you. So now you just got to wait. Okay? You'll get it. April Flower, Diego, our status went from application received to refused. Don't worry about refused. That's no problem. What does it mean? It means they touched your visa. Okay? What's going to happen now is it's going to go to, very soon, it's going to go to issued status or approved and then issued. Just relax, April Flower. That's what happens to everybody. Gets the same notice. Everybody receives, every country in the world gets that same notice. You're good. Christopher Reese, salute. That's right. NOA2 is huge. Guys, when you get your NOA2 letter, you lock it in a safe somewhere. Okay? Don't lose it. Make like 10 copies of it and put 10 copies in 10 different locations around your house. The NOA2 letter is very important. Hedrax Soldiero Christ Fire. Hey, Diego and Karina, my wife got the green card. Praise Jesus. Thank you for your help. God bless you guys. Hedrax Soldiero of Christ Fire. You get a Mountain Dew salute. Your beautiful wife gets a Mountain Dew salute. I salute your family. You followed the channel for a long time. And now she has her green card. Now, listen, Hedrex, now what you got to do is you got to start collecting evidence for the 10-year green card. It's not over until it's over, okay? So now you've got the green card for 2 years. Look at the green card. It says condition. It says CR1 or something. It says CR1 on there, which means conditional resident. Now look for the expiration date on the green card. Look at the expiration date. 90 days. Within 90 days before that expires, you got to file and lift the conditions off that 2-year green card and apply for the 10-year green card. If you apply for the 10-year green card too early, they send everything back to you. And so you're early. You can't do that. If you apply for the 10-year green card after the 2-year green card expires, not within the 90 days before it expires, you're going to be denied and you will not get the 10-year green card. And then your wife's going to be on a plane flying back to, wherever she started out. So it's very important when you get your 2-year green card, you look at the issue date, you look at the termination date, the expiration date, and you make sure that you file for the 10-year green card within 90 days before the 2-year green card expires. Now, if you want to become a U.S. citizen, look at the issue date on the 2-year green card. On the issue date, that's the day that it commences for the 3 years where you can apply for U.S. citizenship. Hedrex, what is the next step? Start a folder for the 10-year green card. That's exactly right, Hedrex. Now, I've made videos on how to start, what to do on how to apply for the 10-year green card and what to prepare for it. I've made videos on that, okay? So now, go to Office Depot, get some document protectors. Make sure that you keep the bills. Your wife is on the electric bill, the water bill, the trash bill, the gas bill. She's on the homeowners association. She's on the rent receipts to the house or the apartment lease or whatever. She's on the deed to the house. She's on the title to the car. Get all that stuff again and start a folder for her 10-year green card. Karina's 10-year green card folder is in the back there, and it's already this full of stuff. Okay, she's been in the United States since January, okay, of 2024. So we've already got all these electric bills, water bills, trash bills. They're all being saved. Bank statements every month. I get a bank statement. Karina's name is on the bank statement. Those bank statements, you can blank out the account numbers, but those bank statements every month, I put it in her 10-year green card package. Okay? So start collecting your evidence for your 10-year green card application. If you submit a pitiful 10-year green card application, it's pitiful. You don't have hardly any evidence in there, no new pictures, nothing but the marriage certificate, and that you're gonna have a hard time getting it. Okay? So make sure you get together a strong green card application for the 10-year, just like you did for the 2-year. Jen and Christopher, Mr. Diego is the man. Follow his guides. I have had great success with all of his tips and my questions. Any questions I have, I'm in the home stretch of the process with hubby. So Jen, look at that. Here we go. Gabriella gets a Mountain Dew salute. I can write a K1 visa package in my sleep. I can put a green card application together in 20 minutes. It's not hard to do. It's not difficult. Okay, you can do this, guys. Don't be scared of Homeland Security. Immigration's not trying to block you from getting your green card. They want you to have it, because then when you get to America, you can start work with the green card and the Social Security number. Then you start paying FICA tax and Medicaid tax and Medicare, whatever the taxes you pay. And then the government starts making money off of you from your sweat. So Biden's happy. He loves it when you start paying taxes. Okay? So remember, immigration's not trying to stop you from getting a green card. They're just making sure everything is correct and that you qualify for the benefit. That's all. Sylvan Spector. Hey, Diego and Karina, I followed all of your advice. Well, I'm glad to hear you did. And my fiance and daughter got our K1 and K2 approved in Bogota on Monday. Lunes visa aprobado. Muy bien. Very good, Sylvan. They will be here with me in Florida in 2 weeks. Thanks for all your help, Sylvan. 2 weeks is good because the hurricane will be gone by then. There's a hurricane right out. I'm looking out the window. There's a hurricane coming down on us somewhere. So 2 weeks, the hurricane's going to be gone. Congratulations to you and your prometida and to your future stepchildren in Colombia coming to America and living in Florida, which is great. Sarah Tobasum, today is my 90th day in the United States on K1, got married and filed adjustment of status 3 weeks ago. Still no response from USCIS. Will this be an issue? Sarah, listen, Mountain Dew salute, first of all, for getting married and coming to America. Welcome to the United States, Sarah. We're glad you're here. As long as you got married within 90 days, you're in status. Okay? When the Border Patrol issues you an I-94, they give you a 90-day window of time to get married on the I-94. The K-1 visa is irrelevant. The K-1 visa goes away. The K-1 visa is no longer important. The K-1 visa gets you to America. It's a one-way visa. You can't use it to go anywhere else but the United States. You get off the plane, you go to your hometown, okay? You get married within 90 days, within the I-94 stipulation, and then you're in status. So if you file for your green card within those 90 days, that's great. But if it takes time to get the green card, which it will, they're busy. If it takes 6 months to get the green card, don't worry, immigration's not going to be looking for you. You're not in any trouble. Immigration's not looking for you as long as you got married within 90 days. That's all you got to do. All right, Sarah, you got it? Don't worry, immigration's didn't forget about you. They're busy. April Flower, it was refused, then the application was received, then it went back to received. Don't worry about it. April Flower, you are in process. The visa's getting pushed through. Everything's good, April Flower. Do you trust me? I've never been wrong yet, okay? In almost 10 years of doing this, I've never made a mistake. April, you are good. Annie Pursuit, good night, Mr. Diego, and beautiful Karina. We send in our I-485, that's the green card application. How long do I have to wait for a reply? Well, did you send it to Chicago? Did you send it to Arizona? Did you send it to Texas? Or did you send it to Illinois? Those are the 4 places that you're going to submit a green card application. And all 4 of those places are busy, especially Chicago. Chicago is really busy right now. So it could take time, okay? So you send in your I-485. They should have sent you a text message after about 2 weeks. They should send you a text message if you included the form G1145 to tell you that they received it. Bud Garcia, hello Diego and Karina from Washington State. Bud, how is everything? And how's your beautiful bride from Thailand? Let's see here. Camille 1, hello Diego and Karina from Boston. How are you doing today? We are good. We're great. Karina's going to get to experience her first hurricane. It's out there somewhere coming this way. But I got a feeling it's going to hit Tallahassee, which is where all the politicians live. So the politicians are probably scurrying, packing their little suitcases and looking for some place to hide. Because when the hurricane enters Leon County, it's going to be a pretty big doozy. It's going to be a Cat 4. All right? But we're good. Now, Camille 1, your beautiful wife is from Cambodia, if I remember. Tom Shu, good evening, Diego and Karina. Tom, what's going on, Tom? How's your family? Brownie RSPS. Now, Brownie RSPS is from England, guys. Hello, Diego and Karina. Hope you are well as always. Brownie, we're great. We're doing good. I bought Karina a bunch of English food. I got her some Garibaldi cookies. I got her some Devon custard. I bought her a bunch of English food. Pickled onions. And the Jaffa cakes, she ate them all. Let me see here. The Mountain Nomads. So, Diego, is it fine to tell the consulate at the interview the address where my fiance lives, but once we are together in the U.S., we'll be moving to the van? You can do that till we get our new place. You can do that. But remember, when you move into the van, you got to set up a P.O. box somewhere, okay? So you have a place where immigration can send you mail. So you can do that. You can move into the van while you get your new place set up. It's totally good. But create a P.O. box and then let immigration know what your P.O. box is. Send them your wife will send in an AR-15. You will fill out this form right here. Okay. This form right here is what you're going to fill out. That way you don't make any mistakes. Where is it at? Man, I got so much paperwork here, guys. I tell you what. I don't know. I had it here somewhere. But you got to notify immigration where you're at, even if it's in a van. But what you do is you write a letter and explain right here. You're going to fill out form I-865, okay? I've made a video about this. Once you move into the van, you're going to fill out this form right here, sponsor. All right? That's the sponsor. Your wife is going to fill out an AR-15. You can do that online, but you're going to put in the P.O. box, and when you submit this letter to immigration, all right, I've made a video where to mail it, okay? There's no charge. It's a free form. But you got to tell them where you're at, and you write a letter and say you are temporarily living in an RV while you get your new place set up. Just explain it, and that covers you. You got it? Mountain Nomads? Brownie, RSPS. It's been over 4 weeks since our NOA2. That's okay. Still no word from the NBC. No, it's early. Why did you send a public inquiry? They said they don't have our petition yet. They told me to wait 2 more weeks. No, you're way too early, Brownie. If you got your NOA2 letter, okay, wait for about 60 days. You've been waiting 4 weeks. What's that, 30 days? You're going to wait at least 60 days before you notify, do an inquiry, okay? You're good. You're way early. You're good. The Mountain Nomads, and we still in transit status since the MVC sent our package to the Moroccan consulate to wait 2 more weeks, then contact them again. And we still in transit status since the MVC sent our package to the Moroccan consulate in August 13th, 2024. Well, you'll get a Mountain Dew salute because your stuff's on the way to Morocco. Actually, Casablanca. Give it time, okay? Rooster. The visa interview scheduled for the 10th of December in Manila. Now, Rooster, I said you were going to get it done, right? You got it done. Mountain Dew salute, Rooster. Hopefully it's not too rainy in the Philippines like we got rain here, a freaking hurricane. Good job, Rooster. We're proud of you. Now remember, you got to have the medical exam done at the St. Luke's Extension Hospital in Manila. Your bride-to-be, she needs to have her medical exam done at the St. Luke's Medical Center Extension. It's called the Extension. Why? I don't know, but that's where it is. April Flower, thank you so much for your words. I really appreciate all of your efforts. God bless you guys. April, listen, you're good. Your visa's going through it's going through the pipeline. It's going to be back and forth with different statuses, but don't worry about that. What you're looking for is the issued status. That's what you're waiting on. The Mountain Nomads and my fiance will be visiting me again before I have the interview. Well, that's good. Because you need that extra evidence to help with the visa interview. You know, like Francois Livingston, okay, she's probably not going to be on the live stream because she's in the United Arab Emirates. She flew to the UAE to be with Hamid, her future husband, and she's going to have to do a second interview with him at the embassy in Abu Dhabi, I believe is what it is. Okay. Hamid went to his visa interview and everything was, he got a 221G. They wanted more evidence, basically, of their relationship. And so Hamid told the immigration officer, the consular officer, well, my fiance, she's on a plane coming over here very soon. So he said, oh, great, that's excellent. So they scheduled a second visa interview for them to be together for the visa interview. So she's going to be fine. She'll get the visa. So probably we won't see Francois today because she is with Hamid in the UAE. And who knows what time it is in the Middle East right now? I can't remember. Let me see. Tom Shu, hi Diego. We went to the clinic to schedule the medical and the biller told us I need to get vaccinations at pharmacy before the appointment since those might not be available in the clinic on the day. Well, Tom, you can get vaccinations in the United States too, but I recommend you get them all done whether it's in the Philippines, in Colombia, Argentina, wherever you are in the world. If you can get all your vaccinations for your visa, not for the visa so much, for the green card, get them all done overseas. Like it cost me $400 for Karina to get all of her vaccinations done. Actually, $425. We got them all done in Bogota. Okay. When she came to the United States, we didn't have to worry about looking for a freaking pharmacist to do vaccinations for her green card. All we did was reschedule the medical exam for her. I recommend you reschedule the medical exam with the civil surgeon authorized by the State Department to do medical exams for green cards. Just repeat the medical exam in America. So she went to her doctor for the medical exam, and they looked at her vaccinations. They said, oh, your vaccinations are all 100% complete. Boom, he signed the 693. Okay? It's much cheaper. It would have cost me probably $1,000 more to get the vaccinations done here because insurance will not pay for vaccinations or the medical exam. When you come to America, if you have health insurance, whatever, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, TRICARE, whatever, you got private medical insurance, they will not pay for the medical exam for the green card. You have to pay out of pocket. Okay? Plus the vaccinations. But get it done when you get here, okay? So let me see. Tom Shu, you went to the clinic, get the vaccinations done in Manila, or wherever it is, wherever the country is. Marco Hernandez, hola Diego and Karina, I'm completely lost. What do you mean you're completely lost? We're going to unlost you. I have filed for the K1 back in March 28th, and on July 3rd, my case is now ready for an interview in Ciudad Juarez, but I do not have a date. Well, that's pretty darn quick. So what you need to do is send an email to the U.S. consulate in Ciudad Juarez, which is on the border with the United States in northern Mexico, and ask them for the date for the interview. Because when you have a prometida in Mexico, the embassy or the consulate sets the interview dates, okay? So you got to email the embassy and ask him in Ciudad Juarez, the consulate, ask him, when's the date? When is it? Call the embassy up. You got to have your wife's, or your fiance, excuse me, you got to have her passport number and her date of birth, full name, and all that. Call the embassy. Find out when it is. All right, Marco? Tom Shu, I've lost the vaccination record from my birth country, China. Okay, well, that would be hard to get in China. Hep B was not available in New Zealand when I did my medical for K1 visa. Okay, don't worry about it. You can get all that stuff done in the United States. I also had lab tests from New Zealand stating that I had high levels of Hep B antibodies. That's a proof of a past immunization. It's called a titer test, or you can do that. What should we do? Would the first shot of Hep B be enough for the medical exam? Would my lab test waive the Hep B vaccination? Tom, when you go to the medical exam, the civil surgeon is going to tell you what vaccinations you need, and the civil surgeon's also going to tell you you don't have to have them for the K1 visa interview. You got to have them for the green card. If you file for a green card application without the correct vaccinations, you're not going to get the green card. Okay, that includes COVID. So what you do is you go to the medical exam. The civil surgeon will tell you that you need this, 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 and this. You can either get it done wherever you are, what you're in China or New Zealand, wherever you're at, get it done there, or get it done in the United States before you file for the green card. Just repeat the medical exam in the United States, wherever it is you're going to live in America. If you tell me what city, I can give you the address for the civil surgeons in your city to repeat the medical exam. All right? So the first thing to do, Tom Shu, is to get your K1 visa in your passport. You don't have to have a complete vaccination record to do that, but listen to what the civil surgeon tells you to do, okay? You got it? Frank Valdez, got my wife's biometrics set for October. Very good, October 2nd, Frank. Biometrics. Now, what is biometrics? You know what it is, right? It takes about 10 minutes. It's a photograph of your face, your beneficiary's face, fingerprints, and they're going to take her full signature. That way, if somebody tries to forge her signature in the future, Homeland Security has her original signature on file, and they will be able to determine and stop any fraud. That's to protect your beneficiary. Bud Garcia, everything is going great because I'm going to go to the airport tonight. Tonight, Bud is going to the airport to ask when was the last time I visited. She can say 10 minutes ago. Oh, that's wrong. Let me see. Everything is going great because I'm going to go to the airport tonight to go pick up my fiance and bring her back with me, and we will be back on Saturday night. Okay, Bud, that's a Mountain Dew salute. And Rooster said I would be there during the interview, just in case the officer asks when was the last time I visited. She can say 10 minutes ago. That's 2 Mountain Dew salutes. One for Rooster. Very good. One for Bud. You guys are doing great, right? You guys are moving through this. You're getting your visa interview scheduled. You got your green card applications in the mail, but make sure you use FedEx, UPS, or DHL. Don't be using the postal service. Okay, guys, you're moving. You're getting forward and you're getting more advanced with this process. And you didn't need an immigration attorney, did you? Did you guys? I saved you how much money? How much money have I saved you guys? Lots of money, right? Sylvan, Diego, when Karina first arrived in the United States with the K1, how was it going through the customs at the airport? She didn't get any questions. It was easy. They took her package. They took her passport. They said, welcome to America. And they stamped her I-94 on her passport. I got more questions than she did. And then our cat Tokyo, he got a bunch of questions. When we were leaving, let me finish up what you said here. Did immigration agents have her go in an office for more processing? No. We arrived in Miami. I was with Karina, with our cat. Tokyo was right here. Karina's like got Tokyo like this. All right. So she sat down in this big waiting room in Miami, and it said, Department of Homeland Security, do not use your cell phone. Don't take any pictures. Nah, blah, 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 right? And there was some Russian guy or Ukrainian guy, I don't know, trying to get a visa. He was arguing with the immigration, the border patrol officer, blah, 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 blah. He was arguing, and they finally let him in. And then another lady came in with a little baby, and then she went to another place. And then Karina went up to this window, it's like a, I don't know, it's like you go into McDonald's. You go up, you go into McDonald's to buy a Big Mac. She went up there. They took her K1 visa package in the big envelope. They opened it up. They took everything out. And then they took her passport. They welcomed her to America. They processed her I-94. They put an I-94 in her passport. Not everybody's going to get that, okay? But Karina got it. Not everybody's going to get it. Everybody must print their I-94 off of the Border Patrol website. And then they said, welcome to America. And then they asked me a bunch of questions about my first K1 visa that I submitted almost 10 years ago. I said, I sent her back to freaking Colombia. Oh, okay. Oh, you're good. Yeah, boom, boom, high five. Right? All right. And they asked Tokyo a bunch of questions. The cat. This lady, this Border Patrol officer said, you bringing a cat into America? And I'm looking at her, I'm like, where's the cat? She said, there, in the carry-on. I said, that's a cat? Really? I didn't know that was a cat. I thought it was a dog. It's a cat. Korean, you told me it was a dog. And the Border Patrol officer's going, huh? I said, look, lady, I said, that is Tokyo, our Colombian cat. Okay? And immigration just checked him in and said he's good. If you have any questions for Tokyo, you need to ask him the questions in Spanish. She went, are you serious? I said, yeah. I said, Tokyo, our cat can't speak English. So if you want to have a little interview with him, it's all going to be in Spanish. And the lady's like, what do you mean, talk to the cat? I said, well, you said you were asking me about the cat. I said, don't ask me, ask Tokyo. Mm-hmm. But he doesn't need a green card, okay? He doesn't need an I-94. He doesn't need a passport. All he needed was vaccinations and a medical exam. And the lady said, is that the rule? I said, aren't you the freaking Border Patrol? Don't you know your own rules? And she said, oh, yeah, okay. And then I said, do you want to see Tokyo's medical exam? Yeah. So I reached in the bag and took it out. I said, here, this is our cat's medical exam. She didn't even read it. She took it. She looked at me and said, okay, welcome to America. I said, well, thank you very much. I said, how did you enjoy your power trip? Anyway, that was fun, right? Divertido. And Tokyo's here, and he's learning English. He's got a cat friend called Rambo, and Rambo's teaching him English. And Bud Garcia's happy because he's going to be reunited soon. Sylvan's happy. Rooster's happy. David Petch. Hi, Diego. After receiving my wife's NOA letter for her green card on September 5th, she received a biometrics appointment letter this past Monday. Appointment is in New Orleans on October 1st. David, you're going to go to New Orleans. Now listen to me. David, pay attention. Go to New Orleans the night before. So on September, when is it? October 1st? So September 30th, drive to New Orleans and check in at the Holiday Inn. And the Holiday Inn is a 2-minute walk from the biometrics. What we did was we drove to New Orleans the day before the biometrics. We stayed at the Holiday Inn, not the Holiday Inn Express, the Holiday Inn. I drove in, I parked the car, we checked into the hotel, had a great dinner. Next morning, we woke up, got a big breakfast, an awesome breakfast at the Holiday Inn, guys. They don't pay me to say it. It was just an awesome breakfast. And we got up, and we walked across the street to 1250 Poydras Street. We went up to I think it was the Pisa Numero to the corner. I think it was like the 8th or 9th floor of this big freaking skyscraper. Was it? Yeah, or 4th, 5th floor. We went to like another check-in, like you're going through a TSA checkpoint. Make sure when you go to the biometrics, you bring the passport, the marriage certificate, and the letter of the appointment. When you go into that building, that tall building on Poydras Street, okay, you're going to check in with the people on the front desk first. They're going to want to see the letter. They're going to check the date, and then they're going to let you proceed. You got it, David? Tell me you understand all that. If you check in with a hotel the night before, it makes it so less stressful. You just get up, you relax, you eat breakfast, you go to the appointment, and you get to spend time in New Orleans. Brownie, RSPS. I may have been a bit impatient then. It's just been a very heavy, that's an English word, right? And stressful process, as it is for everyone. It is. I'm terrible at having nothing to do. I have all my documents organized. Brownie, if you don't have anything to do, okay, go eat some fish and chips for me. I tell you, I was in England in 1996 on vacation for a month. And I tell you, I ate fish and chips and Jaffa cakes every freaking day. It was great. I put lots of vinegar on. I got cotton chips. I got vinegar, salt, lots of salt. And it was awesome. The fish and chips in England and haddock and chips and cotton chips, it tastes so good. If you got nothing to do, go eat fish and chips. And then tell me how it was. Sarah Tabassum, thank you for your help. We have filed adjustment of status 3 weeks ago. Haven't received any receipt notice from USCIS. Hope to receive it in a week or two. Where did you send your stuff, Sarah? Sarah, where did you mail it to? Chicago? Chicago is busy right now. Tom Shu, hi Diego. We're in the process of adjustment of status in Pennsylvania. Full Hep B vaccination takes 6 months, and I don't think we have that much time. No, you don't have that much time. Okay? You don't have that much time. So what you do is you find a civil surgeon in Pennsylvania, where you live, I don't know where you live, or wherever the city you live in. Go repeat the medical exam and have the doctor sign off on the vaccination paperwork. And if you are short a Hep B, the doctor will make a note and state, you're all good, everything's fine, okay? That's why you should repeat the medical exam, guys, when you come to America, so you don't get stuck in an RFE. You don't want to get an RFE for the medical. So you're in Pennsylvania. If you want, on the next live stream, I'll give you a list of doctors you can go to. Just tell me what the city is. And Brownie, come on, relax, Brownie. You are good, Brownie, relax. Sarah, relax, Sarah. Let me see here. Joel Adams, is it okay for K1 Visa to earn money on YouTube? I don't see why not. Why not? YouTube, yeah, you can do that. But make sure that your beneficiary pays his or her taxes in his or her home country. Let's suppose you live in Colombia and you got a YouTube channel, and you're making money off of YouTube. Okay, YouTube, Google pays you for the YouTube channel, for the whatever. If you live in Colombia, you're going to pay the Colombian government taxes, okay, for the channel. If you live in the United States, you cannot pay taxes on your YouTube channel until you get a green card, because it's working. Do you understand? Google, if you have a YouTube channel in the United States, listen, Google will send you a form. They'll mail you a letter, a tax information. You're going to have to fill out this whatever. I can't remember if it's a W-4. I can't remember. But you're going to have to fill it out. You got to have a social security number and a green card to work in the United States. So if you have a YouTube channel and you're from Colombia, you can run it still as long as you're paying your taxes to Colombia and as long as Google knows you're living in Colombia. When you get to America, you can still keep the YouTube channel, but you got to notify Google where you live. You live here now, okay? Then Google's going to send you tax information, and then they're going to make sure that you pay your taxes. They can, Google's not going to take the money from you. You have to pay it to the federal government, but you can't do that till you get a green card and a social security number. You got it? Or a work permit, EAD document. Let me see here. Dwayne Bickelman, she got approved on the 24th and will pick up her visa today, then schedule the CFO. There you go. You can't leave the Philippines without a CFO. Congratulations, Dwayne. Mountain Dew salute. Good job. And then let me see here. The CFO. Let me see. I don't want to miss anybody. Rooster. So far, so good. 5 minutes of soccer. What's going on? 5 minutes of soccer. Hola. Now you were 3 minutes of soccer last time. Now you're 5 minutes of soccer this time. But it's 45 minutes per side. Isn't a soccer game 90 minutes long with 45 minutes and then they all leave the pitch? Then they come back on and change sides? I don't know. Sylvan, do you have any advice for bringing a cat from Colombia? It's easy. How long did it take you to get the paperwork and what airline did you use? Sylvan, there's only one airline that you can use to fly a cat from Bogota to Miami or wherever. It's Miami's where it's going to be. Avianca Airlines is the only airline that will allow a cat on the plane. You got to buy a carry case for the cat. Avianca Airlines are going to want to look at the carry case in El Dorado Airport in Bogota to make sure the carry case is the right size for the cat. You got to get the cat vaccinations and a medical exam by a veterinarian in Bogota. And a chip put in the cat's side right here, in the head, in his neck. So you got to get a chip with your address in the United States. So Sylvan, here is the Masco Services is who we used, right? Huh? No. Masco Services, is that the is that the veterinarian? Masco Travel. That's who we used, right? In Bogota, right. So you're gonna get the cat vaccinated, a medical exam, a carry case. That's and you bring the carry case and the documents to El Dorado Airport to Avianca Airlines. Avianca Airlines will look at the carry case and say, yes, this is fine. And then you can bring the cat on the plane. And your cat will probably be treated as carry-on. So there's no charge. Pretty good deal, right? My recommendation is to fly from Bogota to Miami because with using that company that you mentioned, and it will be a shorter flight for the cat, so he doesn't stress the cat out. And then get a connecting flight from Miami to wherever it is you're going. What I did was I rented an SUV. I rented a Jeep Cherokee. And I drove from Miami all the way up to Florida and across the Panhandle. So that's what we did. Let's see here. So Sylvan, someone recommended Masco Services in Bogota. That's exactly right. Those are perfect. That's a perfect company. And that's who we use. And Karina's looking at, look. She's right here. This is Tokyo in Masco Travel. There is Tokyo in Moscow Travel. Okay. That's the company that did the vaccinations, put the chip and the medical exam for Tokyo. And it was very quick. So Sylvan, that's the way you do it. Any more questions on bringing cats to America from Colombia? Masco Services in Bogota is perfect. 5 minutes of soccer. Interview scheduled for my fiance December 4th in Paris, 2024. Bonjour. 5 minutes of soccer in Paris. Mountain Dew salute. Do you think it's necessary for me to go for her interview or go pick her up? If the embassy in Paris will let you go to the visa interview, then go to the visa interview with her. It all depends on the embassy in Paris. After how long does the passport get ready for pickup? Usually between 5 to 10 days after the visa interview. Okay? So let's see what we got. David Petch, right. You got it, right, David? The Mountain Nomad. So, Diego, we are going to celebrate our 3-year anniversary together. And we spent 4 months together in Morocco before we applied for the K1 visa. Now she will visit me again before the interview. Make sure, Mountain Nomads, when you do your 3-year celebration together, you get lots of pictures with lots of friends and keep the receipts from whatever it is. You buy her a gift for the 3-year anniversary. Keep the receipts. Keep all that documentation. There are dinner dates for the green card application, okay? And for the visa interview. Matilda Rhodes. Hello, Diego. I will be in Orlando next week. My visa was issued last month. Matilda, man, everyone, today is a Mountain Dew Salute Day. Lots of visas getting approved and stuff. Good job, Matilda. In Orlando, that's Orange County. Disney World's in Orlando. Tom Shu, I feel less nervous about the medical now. Thank you so much, Diego. Yeah, Tom, you're good. If you can't get all the medical exams, if you can't get all the vaccinations done in the wherever it is you're at, you can get them done in America before you file for the green card. But you got to make sure you get a civil surgeon in the United States to redo your medical exam and re-sign a 693 and re-sign your vaccination documents. So that way you'll get the green card, okay? Without an RFE. It's easy to do. Karina, well, she got to America. We just did the medical exam over. It was like $175. It wasn't too bad. It was easy. And it went in the green card application. Natty Olisa. Hi, Diego. Got married last Saturday in Las Vegas. You got married in Clark County, Las Vegas. Now waiting to get marriage certificate. Starting to fill out the adjustment of status paperwork. Congratulations. The lady said it will be 3 weeks before we get the marriage certificate. Really? From in Las Vegas? Normally you should get it within a day. I don't know. Depends on where you got married in Las Vegas, though, also. But Las Vegas is a great place. I'm going to bring Karina to Las Vegas. We're planning a trip there. We're just planning and planning. Easy E. Hi, Diego and Karina. Long time no see. I've been away for a while. That's so good. But now I'm back. My family is good, and I'm still waiting for my NOA2. I'm in the 6th month of waiting. Okay, Easy E. You're in 6 months of waiting for NOA2 letter. You'll get it in the next month or two. So what's it? So October, November, let's say by the end of November or before that, you'll get it. Natty, thank you so much, Diego. You've made this journey easier for us so far. Well, that's the goal, right? You want to make it smooth. A smooth journey. It's not hard, guys. It's just waiting and waiting and waiting. It's just patience. And don't mess up the paperwork. That's the secret. Number one, you got to qualify for the benefit. You got to have met each other within 2 years before you file the green card application, the K1 visa application correction. You got to have a strong K1 visa package. You got to have a strong green card application. You got to pass a medical exam. You got to pass the income requirements. If you don't make enough money, get a joint sponsor. It's all good. You just got to qualify. And then fill out the paperwork without messing up the paperwork. Which you can do. You guys are smart. You know how to do this. Let me see. Sylvan, thanks for all the info, Diego and Karina. Do you think 2 weeks is enough time to get everything ready for the cat? ¿Cuánto tiempo para? Karina said 2 semanas. Karina said 2 weeks is plenty. And this is who you need to go. What you need to do is contact this company in Bogota. This company is in El Dorado Airport in Bogota. And it's easy, okay? Karina's got it all here. She got all this information right here. Look at this. It's in Instagram. I don't know if you can see that. But she said bringing a cat to Karina said bringing a cat to the United States from Colombia is easy. A dog, and no, not so much. It's a little bit more complicated with the dog. But a cat's easy. A chip in the neck, a medical exam by the veterinarian, vaccinations, keep the paperwork, because when you land, you're going to have to fly Avianca. That's the only airline that will do this. And then you need to fly from Bogota to Miami to keep the travel time down for the cat. When you land in Miami, the Border Patrol is going to want to see the paperwork on the cat. Okay, boom, you're good. And then you got to go to Avianca Airlines and purchase, when you purchase the plane ticket, notify, when you buy the plane tickets, Corinne's telling me you got to notify them that you're bringing a cat. And they would already know that. You know, the person selling the tickets is going to be different from the person who's authorizing the cat. Okay? So there's two things you got to do at El Dorado Airport in Bogota. Go to Moscow Travels, check in with them in the airport, and say, I'm bringing a cat. Bring the cat with you, right? Not necessary. You don't have to bring the cat with you, okay? But you got to make sure that they're going to give you instructions on what to do with the cat. Follow the instructions exactly like they say, and the cat will get on the plane without a problem. The cat doesn't need a K1 visa. It doesn't need a cat visa. It doesn't need a kitty cat visa. It doesn't need a passport, but it needs the vaccinations and a medical exam and the right carry case. Natty, I'm sorry it's going to take 3 weeks to get the marriage certificate. That's crazy, especially in Nevada. Natty, thank you so much, Diego. We're glad to help you. Sylvan, you're good. 2 weeks before you fly out, go to Moscow Travels in El Dorado Airport in Bogota. Huh? Okay, tomorrow Corinne's going to look up the information for you for the next live stream, okay? Bud Garcia, other than the packet, what else should we bring? What do you mean? Bring clothes, bring cash, passports, all good stuff like that. Bud, come on now, you know the deal. You don't want to travel too much. If you can fly, like when I traveled to Colombia, when Corinna was in Colombia, now Corinna's from Venezuela, but when she was living in Colombia, I would fly with just carry-on. All my stuff was at our apartment in Bogota. My clothes, my shoes, everything was in our apartment. So all I did was carry just a little, like gifts for her family. So try to travel light, okay? Let me see. Easy. Did I miss something, Diego? Whereas Francois? Francois is in the United Arab Emirates with Hamid right now. She's in the Middle East. Who knows what time it is? I don't know. Does anybody know what time it is in the UAE? But she's there with her fiance because they're going to go and do a repeat visa interview with her. Any other paperwork? The I-134, your passport. I can't think of anything, but I think, no, there's no other paperwork. Just don't forget your passports. She already got the visa approved, right? She has a K1 visa in her Thailandian, in her Thai. Bud Garcia, your fiance has her K1 visa in her Thai passport, right? If that's correct, then all you need is to be there, is to fly out there, and that's it, with your passport. Right, well, yeah. Let me see. Easy. Where is Francois? She is in the United Arab Emirates. Sylvan, thanks Diego and Karina. I could not get clear answer on Google about traveling with cats, but you answered every question in 2 minutes. Well, this is the place to be, right? Come hang out with Diego and Karina. I know I can answer everything from cats to moving cats from Colombia to America and getting green cards and K1 visas. Right? Why do I know all this stuff? Well, we've been through it. We've experienced it. Everything you guys are doing, we've been there. We've done it, and we've been successful. Okay? Even with cats. Tokyo's got a friend, Rambo. And Rambo and Tokyo, they hang out all night, and then in the morning, Rambo's like scratching the door. He wants to come in because he wants to eat and sleep. He had his fun. Let me see. Sylvan, no problem, Sylvan. We got you answered, right? Go to El Dorado Airport. Go to Moscow Travels. Moscow Travels? Go in there, and they will give you the paperwork for the cat. And then you just follow the instructions. It's closed right now, she said, because it's, what time? ¿Qué hora aprende? So they're gonna open up, and you can go through WhatsApp and contact them. So I'm glad we helped you on the cat, Sylvan. It's easy bringing a cat here. We did it. Donde es Tokyo? He's outside playing with Rambo. Easy E, I'm happy for Francois. Her case is going along nicely. We think so. Nature and culture. Hi, Diego. Nature and culture. How are you? How is your family? We are good. How are you doing? We are good. We're always good. I'm watching the weather a little bit here because we got a hurricane coming maybe this way. We'll find out tomorrow where it's going to be. Bud Garcia, it is 3:53 a.m. in the UAE. So it's almost 4 o'clock in the morning in the United Arab Emirates. So no doubt Francois is sleeping like a baby and Hamid's sleeping like a baby, waiting for their second visa interview. Joel Adams, sorry my phone died. Can a K1 make money on videos, or does she need to set up an account under me? Okay. A K1 can make videos as long as the K1 pays taxes to the country where the videos are set up in. So if you're in Colombia, okay, Google's going to want to know what country do you live in, and you're going to say Colombia. They're going to send you tax information for Colombia because if you make money in Colombia, you got to pay taxes to the Colombian government. If you make money in America, you got to pay taxes to Uncle Biden so he can make his vacations to Delaware, right? And if you live in some states, you got to pay state tax. Okay, so if you're making money in the United States with a YouTube channel, make sure Google knows your location. Make sure they send you the tax paperwork so you can sign it. Make sure you got a green card, and make sure you got a social security number. Okay, you cannot work in the United States with a YouTube channel without a green card and a social security number. But you can overseas because you're not working in America. So can a K1 make money on YouTube videos as long as it's not in America? Does she need to set up an account under me? If you want to set up an account for her with your name, you will be responsible for the taxes. Okay? You can do that. Easy E to Bud. How are you doing, Bud? Bud Garcia doing great. Easy E, I'm going to the airport. I'm flying to pick up my fiance. Come on, let's give Bud Garcia another Mountain Dew salute. He's going back to Thailand. Now, my dad lives in Thailand. He lives in Chiang Mai. And he eats chicken curry every freaking day. I wish I could. Thai curry is so delicious, guys. Thai curry, chicken, green curry, red curry, hot. All right? It's so good. Joel Adams, she is on the USA before green card. Okay, if you're married and she's waiting on a green card, okay, you cannot set up a YouTube channel without a green card in the United States because you got to sign a tax document and you got to sign paperwork saying where you live, and you got to be green carded, okay, with a social security number. And with that said, I've got 3 more minutes, and I'm going to go and get something to eat because I'm hungry. Tu tienes hambre, mi amor? I don't know. I might make something for Karina today. I'll make dinner. I'm starving. I didn't eat. Huh? Karina's like, yeah, I'll make dinner today. What other questions do you have for me, guys? I got a little bit Mountain Dew left. I can do some Mountain Dew salutes. And you understand that if you move, if you're in the United States and you move into an RV, you can do it. Set up a PO box and notify immigration your sponsor's change of address, and the beneficiary sends in a form AR-15. I think it's AR-15, something like that. All right, got it? Just let immigration know where you're at. They don't care if you move; they just want to know where. If you're waiting for a K1 visa NOA2 letter, give it 6 to 7 months. Okay. Easy. Karina is surprised you will make dinner. Yeah, she's surprised. She makes dinner all the time. That's my turn. It's always Karina making dinner. I'll make dinner today. Bud Garcia, have a good night, Diego and Karina. Enjoy your trip. Disfruta de viaje to Thailand. Okay? Okay, guys, I'm going to make something to eat for Karina, and we will be back. What day is it today? Wednesday? I'll be back. We'll be back Saturday at 6 p.m. Brownlee RSPS in England. Go eat some fish and chips. Well, go eat some fish and chips. It's probably, what, 2 o'clock in the morning in England right now, so it's probably not a good idea to go right now. But without Brownlee RSPS, you could go to a pub and have get a plowman's lunch with a bit of shandy. That's good stuff right there. A plowman's lunch and a bit of shandy, just a half pint. See you guys on Saturday.